Right, today we're going to bring a complete set of a video conferencing system. All right, now if you guys can see, it comes with a remote control. It comes with a base that you can mount on the wall or behind your TV. Now for the TV, you are going to need a double adhesive, or you're going to have to screw it in. All right, so that's an option just in case you guys don't want to screw anything in. All right, now before we begin, and let me just show you all the cables are included: Type C, Type B, all right? And this is type A, actually, the thicker actual cable. It looks like a printer cable, all right? And then the power adapter for the actual powering up the whole system, including, look at this, beautiful. It's a mic speaker in here. Now, you got Bluetooth, you got audio, lower the audio, higher, increase the audio, mute, and then you could hang up or make the calls, all right? Now, the system itself runs on Type C, and you could actually set up a headset if you just don't want to hear the speaker. You can set up the headsets directly to it. Now, this device itself, if you guys can see it, it has a material mesh right now. We're going to set it up and test it out. Now, let's take a look at the actual device, the main 4K video camera. Behind it, you got a couple options. You have your power adapter that you're going to be plugging it in. If you have power base behind the wall, you can plug it in directly. You can set up your runs. It has the other connection, an RS-232 connection. It has the IR connection, and then the USB that connects directly to the computer. Right now, this system it's a 360 every single directional. It rotates everywhere, and it's a 4K camera. Now, in front of it, you'll see the 4K camera. On the bottom, you have other directories to program itself. So if you have multiple units that you want to distinguish on departments, this is how you're going to do it. And it gives you a reference sheet here on exactly how to power this up, how to mess with the actual system. But out of the box, it's ready to go. It also has a mount ready for any actual, if you're going to put this on a tripod, this is a great way to do it also too. So we are going to put it on a tripod temporary, and we're going to test it out and see how it works. All right, let's test out the actual recording system. So right now I'm set up in my little area here in my corner, and I got the instructions in front of me, and I'm speaking in front of the microphone, right? And I can always put the microphone to mute, and then I can see it come back up. So the volume controls here for you to use as a speaker for conferencing. It has Bluetooth in case you need to connect wirelessly. So that's a great option to have on the actual mic. So I'm going to put the mic down because I don't want you guys to hear moving around too much, but we're going to take a look at the camera itself. Look at the camera, right? I have a chart on the wall, and I'm going to show you guys the actual camera, all right? So we're going to go ahead and go to the chart. If you're writing on the wall and you need to have something that's legible, look at the zoom in. Look at the quality of it, right? The quality is excellent. So you can even see the lower part of it. If you guys can see, it's really good, the quality on the actual camera. All right. So you pretty much distinguish all the characters from the, I will say probably number 9. It's a little, you can see some of it. That's probably just the limitation right there, the camera. But we're gonna bring it back out. We're gonna zoom out again, and we're gonna do a fast zoom out. All right. So it has a fast, and then it has a super fast to go back in too, or it has a slower zooming out. So this is a little slower, but we're gonna go fast so you guys can see it. Now we're gonna bring it back to my face so you guys can see some of it. All right, so the camera itself has a lot of gestures. They give you a card that has a lot of gestures in the card. Like right now, if I say okay, for example, it's gonna follow me. So I'm gonna say okay, and the camera automatically starts following me. So that's one thing. If I wanted to stop, all you gotta do is say peace sign, and that's it. That's pretty much it. All right. So the camera, it distinguishes right away. It has an AI built in, starts following me. So all my movements, if I'm going to the wall, for example, if I get up and I start talking about what are we going to talk about, it starts looking for you. But once it finds you because of the lighting, you could talk about things that you want to write on the board, and then you want to sit back. You can do that, and look at this. It's going to pretty much find me everywhere. So if you guys can see, I'm going to zoom in right now some more. And then I'm going to go the gun out after the gun out. And it starts zooming out. If you guys can see that. So when I point at it, it zooms out. Point back in, it zooms in. So it tracks you. It tracks you very good. I mean, all right. The camera has plenty of gestures, plenty of tracking ways to do it. I mean, the language itself, AI is very clever. I like the speaker. You can use it for multiple things, not just the speaker itself, but the microphone too. So this is a great addition, along included with the camera. It combined together, it makes a great combination. The Bluetooth itself, great combination if you have a third party coming in. It works with Zoom, Teams, pretty much anything. You can. It has a mount, so you can mount this system up. It has pretty much all the features, USB to remote, and the remote control. It's one of the best ones I've seen so far. The remote is pretty fast. Zoom in fast, really quick. Look at that. And you're gonna get a good quality at 4K. One of the great things about this camera. So hope you guys like the video. All right, so right now we're playing something on the video right now, and I pretty much muted it because it's pretty loud. So this is how loud it is. And if you go, easy to and look at this. Look at this part. We get two masks if we want, but we're not gonna put too much weight on it. Look at that. You could do. Look at that. The actual lining around the actual logo is tells you how here, because we do need an extra setup for our masks to actually set up in here. So if you guys can see, look at that. So the actual audio controller, you can see the volume displayed here. It tells you how much volume and how much lower. Right now we muted it, but the features on the actual speakers are super loud. You could use this not just as speaker or microphone, but you could use this for personal, for music or anything. This is super loud, and with the actual Bluetooth is a plus too. All right, overall the camera system with the speaker is a plus. The camera alone can do a lot of things, but it doesn't have a mic built in. You can do a power within the actual converter that if you have one within your walls, or run it with a USB like I have. This one does require additional USB for the actual remote. Just make sure you're aware of that. The remote does have batteries. They're not included. You got to make sure you provide your own batteries. The actual system, the AI tracking on the actual is really good. The zooming in, zooming out, and stopping it, and pretty much it was very accurate. Now, if you have the studio lights, you're gonna have a little issue with the actual lights. There's too much light, so you need to have an office environment or regular lighting, as you can see provided. It works well with regular lights. Now, the actual camera quality is really good. The audio on the actual speakers is also pretty good. Now, if you have, I have an open place here, so you're going to be able to hear things, or you might not be able because the noise cancellation works on and off on the system. So, very simple, easy to use. I hope you guys enjoy the video.